What's up, everybody? Today we're making Braciole. I'm back in New York, and I figured we're gonna have a good old-fashioned Sunday dinner. So we're gonna make some sauce. We'll call it Sunday sauce. We're gonna make some Braciole, which is often Americanized as a Braciole. See the hands? You got to use the hands. Which is basically a stuffed, rolled, pounded thin, very lean sirloin that Italians put in the sauce. Not the gravy, the sauce. We call it the sauce in our family. So this is a traditional kind of Italian Sunday dinner dish. And we're gonna show you how to make it. I'm back in the city for a gig. I don't know how long I'm going to be here for, probably only a couple of days, so we have a good tradition of Sunday dinner, so I wanted to cook today, and Adam and Steph, his girlfriend, are coming back here any minute with what they promise to be bacon, egg, and cheese, which I'm pretty excited about, because if you saw my other video on making a bodega-style bacon, egg, and cheese, maybe they'll be back here with the real thing. So I'm just cutting up this yellow onion that we had in stock. And by in stock, I mean Adam got and was sitting on the shelf. Sorry, I'm using your onion. I'm just gonna cut this up real quick. Alright, onion, chopped. Let's get some garlic, because we're gonna need that for the sauce. Yo, making a video on making Sunday sauce.
What's up?
What's up? You got some? Oh, nice. What's up, Steph? You guys got that?
We got the goods.
Got that bacon, egg, and cheese-ish?
We do.
With hash brown on it.
Oh.
Bacon, egg, and cheese with hash brown.
Damn, dude.
We got. Well, Steph got the whole wheat one, and then we have a white bread with cheddar. Or no, we have a white bread with American and a croissant with cheddar.
Ooh.
So.
Dude, I think I'm gonna take the white bread American one. I figured today we'll make the Braciole.
A Braciole.
Alright. Garlic's chopped. Onions are chopped. Let's get the meat. Cheese shots here to just show you. What do you got, Steph?
Bacon, egg, and cheese with hash brown.
Adam?
Same thing on a croissant.
Ooh. What we got here? Hold on. Flip the camera around.
But they've never seen your face before.
You can't see my face. Oh. Look at
That's the money shot.
That's good.
We just keep loose change around the living room to impress people how rich we are.
All right, had to take a quick break there to enjoy the fruits of the bodega bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. So the first part that we're gonna do here is we're gonna make some stuffing for the Braciole. So I've just got some parsley, basil. Ooh, I do have breadcrumbs. We keep a flight case in the kitchen so that when we need to reach high things. This is our kitchen case. So see, even though I'm making cooking videos, there still is a pro audio theme. Okay, parsley, we need an egg. Get some cheese. In some Italian braciole, they put raisins in it. Sometimes you can put currants. I'm gonna throw some. My family never did this, but I've had it in restaurants where they have some raisins, so we're gonna do it. I'm gonna throw some garlic in here. Oh my god, that garlic smells so bad. It was sitting while we were eating breakfast, and it just got pretty crazy. Although Adam told me that you're supposed to let garlic sit after you mash it, which is something that I didn't know. So today I learned. All right, we're just gonna rough chop up some parsley here. I'm gonna get some basil also. Basil is one of my absolute favorite herbs. It's, I don't know, to me it's just, out of any herb, it just tastes the best. And I know that a lot of Italian people use oregano, either fresh or dry. My family was always a basil family. We never used oregano. And to be honest with you, I don't really like it. I like it in certain Greek things, and I like it in New York pizza. When we get dollar slice, I always put oregano on top of it, but... Okay. So, this is our stuffing. I'm going to mix this real quick and just see the consistency. Okay, and I'm just going to put some breadcrumbs in here. That's good to go. Set that off to the side. All right, we're back. Got the counter cleaned up. Got a piece of plastic wrap down. We are going to get our meat. Today's meat. They had sirloin. They actually had these pounded pretty thin today. So that's actually kind of cool. So all you want to do is just pound it thin. Cooking fact, when you pound meat like this, you're basically making it even. You're trying to look for high spots so that it cooks even. Okay, boom. Let's use the Italian word, basta. We're done. Okay, now is the time for a braciole assembly. So traditionally, you either use one of two methods for securing these. You either use butcher's twine, or in the traditional Italian way, you use toothpicks. I have butcher's twine someplace, but I don't know where it is. So I just took these bamboo meat skewers and just cut them down to use them as toothpicks. So here's what you want to do. Salt. Pepper. And don't be afraid to season. Nobody seasons enough, in my opinion. When I know the difference between a restaurant cook and a home cook, it is the amount of salt and pepper that you use. All right, so you want to take just a little bit of this stuffing. I can already hear my grandmother saying, not too much. A little bit of this. This is basically like burrito construction here. So you take it, you roll it in, and then as you get to the ends, you kind of tuck your sides in. And you want to roll it as tight as you can so that the filling doesn't come out. Now, if you're using sirloin like this, it's tough muscle. So you want to just kind of, let's see if we can sort of thread this. And we'll see how many times I can stab myself in the hand, which of course is tradition for making braciole. Kidding, no it's not. All right, salt, both sides. All sides. Okay, and we're just gonna do this a few more times. All right, we got our bracioles done. Adam and Steph brought me some sweet leaf coffee.
Are you narrating?
I'm narrating now, yes. All right, so I've got the saucepan heating up. I'm just gonna test and make sure that it's hot. Just grab some water. If it makes that sound, it's hot. Get some olive oil, rocking in there. Is this good?
It's good.
All right. Oh, it's very generous, or it's very conservative in its pores. Clever olive oil saving technique. All right, we'll get these in here, frying up. We'll space them out. You don't want them too close together or they won't brown, they'll steam. All right, so these have browned for like 2 minutes on this side. You want to just sort of get this brown action going on here. The goal here is to not cook. The goal is to brown. You want the caramelization on here like this. They're gonna cook in the sauce. Well, technically they're going to braise in the sauce. But we're going for some caramelization on there, and then we're also wanting some brown fond in the bottom of the pan, because we're gonna put our onions in next, and that's gonna absorb all of that and taste very good. You know, so during this process, we're just kind of looking for heat. We can tell that this is a hotter spot of the pan. Now, while these are browning, we can start prepping the next step, which is going to be a bottle of wine and tomato paste and a sauce. So for this, we're going to probably use this whole bottle. Oh man, that's really sweet. Yikes. Well, that would be good to cook with. There's a ton of sugar in that wine. As you guys just are looking at me drink out of a bottle of wine. Okay. So our pan's heating up a little bit. Our bottom's getting a little too crispy. So I'm gonna take these out, raise our heat up, and get our onions in. Now, in traditional Italian cooking, they will put the garlic in there now also, which I find to be just crazy town. So we're gonna stir the onions around in here like this. You just want to get any of the oil and meat juice that's in there. Now the trick at this point, if you're looking at this and you're saying, man, this is really dry, I should put more oil in. Nope. Here's what you gotta do. Just put some salt on there. Just like that. And that will cause all of the onions to release their liquid, and you will start to deglaze the bottom of the pan. And we've got 2 cans of San Marzano tomatoes, although these are San Marzano style tomatoes. I don't know what that means. We're about to find out. Okay, so our onions have been going for like 5 minutes. They're not super cooked down, but just enough. So at this point, we want to add our garlic. Now at this point, it is important to use your nose, because toasted or lightly heated and sauteed garlic tastes delicious. Burned garlic tastes bad. So all you're trying to do is use your nose for when you start smelling garlic, you know that it's starting to cook. Now here's some tricks. Tomato paste. Now you want to get this sauteing also. Tomato paste is one of those things that kind of tastes weird unless you cook it properly. At this point, it kind of smells funky, but trust me, the end result will be good. The other thing with tomato paste is it caramelizes because there's sugar in it, so you want to develop those sugars. And here is the secret to every Italian grandma ever, is chicken bouillon, which none of them will tell you that they use this, but they do. Why do they use this? Because MSG. That's why it tastes good. So that's our cheating. That'll be our own little secret there. So you get this going in here like this. You notice we've got some black stuff happening on the bottom of the pan. That's okay. We're gonna take our wine, throw that in there, and raise our heat up. That's a third of a bottle. Now at this point, you want to just get all that stuff off the bottom of the pan. We are deglazing, 420 deglazing. The goal here is to cook the alcohol out of the wine. So that was a bottle of leftover Chardonnay that was maybe a gift. You can use all of your gift wine that people bring over and make sauce out of it. You don't want to drink it. So as you can see, the bottom of the pan is getting nice and clean. And what I like to do at this step is cook this and reduce it down by a little bit before I add everything else. Now, when you can pull your spoon through here and it separates like this, we can start adding everything else. We've got 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. Bring that in. Now when you're adding stuff in here like this, you're really messing with the heat. So you want to add things slowly so that the mixture in here has a chance to come back up to temperature. You don't want to dump everything in here all at once. Okay, so now that this is bubbling, we've got one can in here. This is up to temperature. We're going to add the other can. Now, here's the old Italian grandma trick. You take these cans, you fill it up, you swish them around. Any old Italian grandma will kill you if you don't use this move. Okay. This a little swish around. But what we've built here is a good solid braising liquid for our Braciole. So you want to just nestle these guys in here like this. And this is going to be, so the sauce is just a braising liquid. You're just, like, you have to think of Sunday sauce or meat sauce in that way, meat sauce in that way. You're using it as a braising liquid. It is kind of just a good tasting byproduct of cooking meat. It's all about the meat cooking. You're basically just making a sauce that flavors the meat. So, any and all accumulated meat juices. Because if you're the person that doesn't use any and all accumulated meat juices, then we can't be friends. Okay. We're going to bring that up to temperature. And we're going to add some basil. Okay, whole bunch. Just put that right in there. You can take your lid and just put that kind of half on. We're going to bring our heat down to basically nothing. And then that's going to cook for about 2 hours. And we're going to check it in the first hour and see how it's doing. But one thing that I do want to say is that we have not put any salt or any pepper in this other than what's on the meat. You don't want to salt too early because as the sauce reduces, it can become more salty, and you can always make something more salty. You can't take the salt away. And then pepper becomes very bitter if it cooks for a long time at high temperatures. So just always something to keep in mind. So it's 1:30. We'll check back here at 2:30. All right, I forgot one more important thing. I got these marrow bones. They had these at the market this morning. So these are gonna take a while to release their marrow. As soon as I walked away from the pot, I forgot that I had these. Vegetarians beware. All right, it's been an hour.
Let's check it out. Ooh. Now, if you guys could smell this, you don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
Do a Chef John line.
Yeah, what's your Chef John line?
After all, you are the old King Cole of your Braciole.
All right, so this has been cooking. It's 4 o'clock now. So if you remember, we put this in at 1:30. So this is what this is looking like right now. So Joe's here.
Hey, how you doing?
We've got we're gonna take one of these out and we'll test it out. Joe is lucky to be standing here. He gets to be the taste tester. So if it's bad, it's gonna be. He has to at least lie and say it tastes good, right?
I'll think about it. No.
And there we go. There's the Braciole.
Is that chopped cotton back there?
There we go. All right, let's see if this is good or what this tastes like. Let's use our hands.
Yeah.
This is New York. We don't have enough.
Friends here.
That is good.
It's so tender.
It is tender. Filling's good too.
What'd you fill it with?
Okay, so we're just gonna pop these out real quick because with Sunday sauce, the meat is always served separately. Like in a restaurant, if you go to an Italian restaurant or Italian American restaurant, they give you spaghetti and meatballs and everything's on the same plate. But traditional Italian cooking, it's not like that. The meat is always in a separate bowl. So we're just gonna pop all these out. That one still needs to go a little bit. We didn't cook this super long. Most of the time when you're doing this, you're cooking this for 6 or 7 hours. Like I like to do mine overnight, so the marrow will slide right out. So sometimes it's looks like this, and then it'll just slide right out. But that one, it's got to go. So got that. Just gonna grab a spoon. That's good. It doesn't need any more salt, but it does need pepper. One of the things I like to do with my sauce, which is not necessarily the most traditional move, as far as Italians go, is I like to add just a little bit of cream to the end. And if you add some fat into the sauce like that, at least in the dairy type of fat, it takes some of the acidity away. So sometimes people put sugar in there. I hate that move, but my grandmother used to take a fork and wet it and put it in baking soda. And that was her trick to get rid of the acidity. And as a matter of fact, I haven't done that in a minute. I did that when I first started cooking, just to try that. But I found that with sauces like this, you just want a lot of fat. And the more fat that you have in the sauce, it balances out the acidity of the tomatoes. That's good. we're gonna finish this with basil, with fresh basil. I mean, again, I like a lot of basil in my sauce. So you can just do a quick julienne. Okay, we'll just get that in there like that. So we're gonna throw this away. This is done. It's fulfilled its destiny. We're gonna put this meat back in here. Out. We're gonna get our water boiling, and then we can plate this up.
Because I played on the track and I posted maybe in July of the year before that.
So I have Instagram. This is my post
Okay, set that up to the side. It's probably not enough cheese.
So, tell me.
That's good sauce. You'll like this. Make it. It's easy. Okay. So when you have pasta like this, you want it to be crunchy in the center, almost cooked. So if that keeps cooking like this, it'll be done in about 2 minutes. So this is a feel thing for cooking pasta. So we've probably got 6 people in the other room. So I'm going to serve this family style, but I'll plate one, a single serving. So here's what you want to do: butter. Okay, a little bit of melted butter, and you want to take one of these. You coat your pasta with butter. You take one ladle of sauce. Let's do another one. So we're doing this rustic style. I know at the beginning of the video I said we were gonna blend this, but we're gonna do a rustic style, which is chef speak for lazy. Okay, and then the secret is you take this very salted, which I didn't show you. You take a little bit of the pasta water. So here's the trick with the pasta water. There's so much starch in the pasta water that it makes your sauce creamy. And that's the other thing, but you don't want to put too much salt in your sauce. You don't want to put too much salt in there because with the cooking, we're at the intention of adding pasta water in there. So we're gonna let this come up to a boil. We're gonna get a plate out. You want to finish cooking the pasta in the sauce. That's the trick. So we're just waiting for the pasta or the sauce to thicken just a little bit. Okay. Grab your pasta like this.
And the release date coming was the 16th. I was like, okay, because we've waited a week.
Wait for your plate.
And then
You spin.
I looked on the laptop, and it was like, you could have it by this Tuesday. So I was like,
Slowly release that in, just like that.
It's a crapshoot. Yeah.
You want to grab
Their website is a mess.
2 pieces of our braciole, just like that.
Yeah, that's perfect.
We both slept on it.
Get a little bit of cheese,
Yes.
just like that. Black pepper, like that. A little bit of olive oil.
Her
with that.
sciatica.
Her sciatica. Whatever that is. No, she,
We'll clean our plate up.
so I think it's important to get some
There you go.
try
That's a good looking plate of pasta.
try